Hello, my name is Miltrene Brodie-Newell. I'm a member of the Raleigh Graduate Chapter of Swing 5 Swings Social Fellowship Incorporated. I'm also a graduate of Fayetteville State University, the Raleigh Chapter. Go Broncos! And I'm going to speak with you today, give you a little tidbits on FYIs on if and when you have to prepare funeral services for your loved ones. Since March, there's been astronomical people dying, and I don't want you to be taken advantage of with some of the funeral directors and funeral homes that take advantage of us in our vulnerable state. Things that you need to know about preparing your funeral services. But number one, always know how much your insurance policy have. If you have a policy, know how much your policy is, so when you go in to discuss arrangements, you'll know what you're working with. Because sometimes if the funeral director know what your policy is, and then the funeral home have what they call packet. You have packet 1, packet 2, packet 3. And if you pick this packet, this is how much it's going to cost. Okay, that's fine. You can do a packet, but in each packet, you need to know exactly what you're paying for. We have a sheet right here, and it's called the Statement of Funeral Goods and Service Selections. And when that selection is, it's broken down here. It tells you professional service, what's under for professional service that I hire, facility and equipment. What are the things over there I need? Automobile and equipment. And this one, you might not have a one, and that be the hearse, because in your plan or in your packet, they might have one limo or hearse, and you might not need a limo. So that's something that you won't need that you'll be paying for. So if you do have a packet, ask them, break down the packet and let me know exactly how much it is and what I'm paying for. And in that, they need to explain to you what basic staff services are. What staff for standard funeral service, okay? And the staff for standard funeral service is the people that work the funeral. That's basically what that is. So that's paying the people how much it costs for that. Embalming. Now, everybody's going to have an embalming fee if you embalm. Now, the only way that you don't have this embalming fee is that you're cremated and you won't be embalmed. Or they have now what they call natural burial, and that you don't embalm either. So, removal of the remains, that's something that you don't have to pay for. Removal, because whenever the person deceased dies, then you have to pick them up, whether it's your home or at the hospital. So that's a fee that you will have to pay. But know what you're paying for. Don't take a package and don't be vulnerable in your state of grieving and pay for stuff that you don't need to pay for. When my mother died, that happened to me. We had a package, they had caskets. That's the way they did theirs. Okay, they had the nice casket and the not so nice casket. So you know me, we went and picked the very nice casket. My mother's funeral ended up costing, what she had was $13,000, and then my sister and I went in our pocket about $4,000. That was really too much because we're poor people, and that was a whole lot of money to put in the ground. Just like taking a match and you setting money on fire. But we let you do that. And you can have, I'm not saying I'm not being cruel, but you can have a very nice funeral and not pay that price for it. You can have a basic funeral where we paid $10,000 for a casket. You can have a casket that costs $5,000. It's just as nice. And with my mother, that was a different situation. I didn't know any better, but now that I work at a funeral home, I know better. I know what they should do. And with my father, when he died, I got things that cost. And that really helped me, because versus $13,000 versus $5,000. And my dad had top, nice things, he had everything. But he had those things because I bought them at cost. His casket was $2,000, where my mama's casket was $10,000. So in the packet that they gave us. So because we did not know how much we paid for each thing. Like I said, with my daddy, everything was broken down. What you paid for this, what you paid for that, at cost. Because there's a 300% markup, and with so many people dying, I just don't want anybody to be taken advantage of, because these are the things they have to do. You need a good statement sheet. You need, if you're going to be buried in a cemetery, you might have to have a liner. In the big city cemeteries, the ones that cost a whole lot of money, you normally do not have to have a liner or a vault, as they call them, because they'll provide that for you. But in the little country churches and the cemeteries and things, they have regulations, some of them. And you can, if you would like, you can build a wooden box and put the casket in, and that's fine. But you do not have to have a vault, not unless you're in a cemetery that require you to have one, or a cemetery that just buries there. Some of them require you to have a certain kind of vault. But within those vaults, you might can have a poly liner, and those are a whole lot cheaper versus $1,200 versus maybe $400 or $500. So those are some of the things that you need to know in your burial preparation that will help you along the line. And at any time that I can help you, if you want to ask me a question or something about you preparing for yourself or for loved ones, your final remains. It is not too late. We need to do that because, you want to be buried how you want people to know. We don't talk about that, but people need to know, what are your wishes? When I die, what do I want to be buried? Do I want to be cremated? Do I want to be buried? Do I want to have a funeral? These are the things that somebody needs to know. We don't like to talk about death, no, but it is a must and necessary in today and the times that we're living in. So at any time, I can help you, answer any questions for you. Please feel free to give me a call. My phone number is 919-219-1229. I will be glad to help you. In North Carolina, North Carolina rules are basically the same. They might vary a little from county to county as far as burying and what you had to do to bury, but 9 times out of 10 is basically the same. So, if I can help you, again, my number is 919-219-1229. Thank you, and you have a nice day. Bye.